Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome to this chat once again with Exam iPad.
Hello, we're making a habit of this, which we should.
Yeah. I'm getting into the rhythm of actually having a schedule.
I know.
You know,
Which your job does seem to be trying its damnedest to ruin.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's deliberately. It feels like it's a deliberate thing now.
Yeah.
It's like it knows I've got a life outside
Of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's realised and it's trying to pull me back in. But anyway, so I'm going to start off very quickly. But we're going to talk about this a little bit later on. But I'm just going to start this off because in the last video we talked about at the end the fact that Cyberpunk and
Oh yeah, like the
Final
release
Fantasy VII,
schedule.
the release
is
schedule
going...
is horrible, and it's just like, how are we going to decide? And literally, I think it was the next day after I uploaded the video.
Oh yeah, it got even worse because Final Fantasy VII got delayed to between Resident Evil 3
and Persona 5
and Cyberpunk and
Yes.
Animal Farm.
Yes.
Not Animal Farm, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, yes. And at that point, I was just thought, oh god damn it!
I mean,
well, I thought I just made it worse. I thought I jinxed the world.
Oh, no.
I thought I jinxed the world.
By the way, when I said Animal Crossing, I'm wrong because that's released on the same day
Indeed.
as Doom Eternal.
Which
I mean,
is
granted,
still the best.
Granted, still that is remarkably close to when Final Fantasy VII and Cyberpunk is getting released. But
Well, it
was. But now,
I mean, it's close to Final Fantasy VII.
yeah,
Final Fantasy VII is now getting released in April.
yeah.
Which would have been the week before Cyberpunk 2077, but now that's been pushed back by 6 months for polishing and refinement, I think they said.
Yeah.
Now, so we'll talk about it a bit later. It was going to be the main thing that I wanted to talk about.
But then the NHS
this morning
went,
happened.
The NHS basically dropped the mic on.
This morning happened, and yeah, so the NHS. I've got the article on the NHS website here, as well as I've got an article for it on Kotaku. So basically, as it says here, country's top mental health nurse warns video games pushing people into under the radar gambling.
Which they are.
Which, yeah, it is. They're using gambling
They
tactics.
are. I don't care what the PR people say. They are. I'll just let's just describe what the action of it is. Right? You press a button, and a random thing happens. A very flashy thing happens, and then a random result happens, and potentially that random result is going to be something great, and sometimes it's absolutely bupkis. Now, I'm describing both loot boxes and slot machines at the very same time.
Yes.
That is what I'm literally describing. If it's not gambling, I should not be able to do that. I should not be able to describe two things if one is not the same as the other.
Yes. You are correct there.
Yeah.
You are correct.
I mean, it's just another thing that's added on to the whole pressure of, like, the commission last year basically turned around and went, yeah, this is basically loot boxes. These mechanics are basically gambling,
but under our law.
But our laws are just not up to date. So what we need is the law to be like reworked so that this falls into it.
Yes.
So
the article on the NHS website actually dropped on the 18th.
Mm-hmm.
But I read about it from Kotaku.
Yeah.
And that dropped this morning. That's why I said this morning, just in case anybody's like, it came out on the 18th and all that sort of. I'm just clarifying.
Look, who reads the NHS news report?
Nobody.
Nobody.
So anyway,
well, apart from like the likes of Kotaku, who are probably like, how the hell did they notice it? It's like, obviously, it's like just someone's
they
been
probably just went
looking
into Google and typed in loot boxes.
Loot boxes, and then that came up. I mean, to be perfectly honest, like, the gaming industry deserves everything it gets. The AAA gaming industry deserves everything it gets for this. Because they are the ones, there were plenty of people warning them, like, don't go too far. Don't cross these many lines. Don't push this boat out so far because governments will start to look, and that will bring in regulation. The one thing all governments love to do is regulate and tax gambling because it's a vice, and they will always, no matter which way they turn, they will look good if they do that. If they tax or regulate gambling in the press, they will look amazingly good. So and I think the fact that the AAA game industry were just literally poking the bear at every opportunity,
especially EA.
Oh yeah, EA going.
Especially EA,
well,
just constantly like.
Yeah, when I think
with their surprise mechanics.
Yeah, when the UK Gambling Commission said currently this is not classed as gambling.
Yeah.
Currently, they took that and went, yeah, it's not gambling. They just told us it's not gambling. Yet everyone in the world knows when a politician says, basically, when a politician says not currently, you translate that into not yet. Governments are extremely slow at moving at things, but once they start moving, 9 times out of 10, you kind of can't stop it.
Right, especially if it's I'm going to say like a big policy.
Yeah.
Especially that's what I mean. Especially if it's one where the general public can actually get behind.
Yeah, especially if especially with the coverage that the media is giving this sort of thing now. Like BBC have had articles where kids have had, basically wiped out their parents' bank accounts.
Yeah, I think there was one last year of the kids spending like nearly 10 grand, something like that.
Trying to get Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi. Oh, it was like 4 grand.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like because it's not because the currency is like, and it's again the game companies do this deliberately so that there's a separation between the actual money and the gambling, the loot box mechanic. There's a separation because it's their currency, their own currency. You can't use any. They basically go, well, all they're buying actually is the points. They're not actually spending the actual money on the gambling, but the problem is that these people are buying the points so that they can gamble on it.
The other thing is, with that, right?
That's like me basically it's me like going to Las Vegas.
I was just about to say that. I was about to say
taking my pound sterling, changing it to US dollars, going into a casino.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like in a lot of casinos, when you gamble, unless it's on the slot machines,
going to like a casino.
You gotta chips, and only that casino uses those chips.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, really.
Yeah.
So them using that as an argument doesn't really.
It's because it's because the laws aren't up to date for a digital, wide world. World we're in, and it'll take one government. All it'll take is one government to change their law, and all the others will go, right, we can do it now, and you will be shocked how quickly all the other nations follow suit.
To be fair, it's looking like it's going to be us.
Potentially. Although to be perfectly honest, Boris Johnson is a kind of a.
So anyway, back to this. The mental health director, Claire Murdoch, today on the 18th, basically called on gaming companies to crack down on gambling addiction risks by banning loot boxes from their products, saying that they risk setting kids up for addiction. Which is very true.
Yeah.
It uses the same sort of mechanics
it uses the same psychological triggers that gambling gets. It's like, and there's something I've noticed with like betting shops and gambling sites. It's like they don't call them gambling anymore. It's like play these games.
Oh yeah, they call them games.
Yeah, they call them games now, and it's like it's that blurring between the two.
Yeah, it's because like gambling. I mean, for the last few years now, gambling has been, I don't know, it's kind of a bad thing. It's like a bad word now to be associated with.
Because a lot of the gambling companies did not, look after the people that were clearly in a problem.
Yeah.
They had a problem with their gambling, and they didn't care. It was just like, no, just give us all your money. Yeah, mortgage your house. Yeah, sell all your stuff. Doesn't matter, just give us your money. I mean, to be perfectly honest, they're acting exactly the same as a AAA AAA game publisher.
Oh, she's actually brought up things like a little list of things for them to do that she says that they should do. So the first one is ban sales of games with loot boxes that encourage children to gamble. So in other words, what I would think is they probably wouldn't ban it, but they would put an age restriction on it.
That will stop no one.
That I know that doesn't stop anyone, because that's the problem with the
But
games.
no, that'll not stop. But the thing is, though, it means like games like FIFA would have to have 18 on them.
Yes.
And then it's the case of, well, if parents are actually, you know, aware of what their kids are buying, they should look at that and go, why has the football game got 18 on it?
Yeah, that's true.
They should ask that question. It's like parents should be aware of what their kids are doing, but also it's like the game the
companies, they hold
yeah
fault as well.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Because they're taking advantage of this.
Yeah,
So-
they're taking advantage of the fact that the kids that are playing their games aren't fully aware of the implications of what they're doing in regards to like FIFA Ultimate Team, loot boxes, and all that sort of stuff. They know that there's. They know.
Yeah.
They have to. It's common logic that certain age gamers will not know what they're doing and the repercussions of that, and they don't care. The companies don't care, and if they don't do anything, governments will step in and tell them not to, and then tax the shit out of them.
One of the other ones, introduce fair and realistic spending limits to prevent people from spending thousands in games. I would say that's a given.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things I would say. Yeah, that's what you have to do.
To which EA will then point to, the PlayStation and PlayStation already have those mechanics in. If you could just do da 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 da, it's like no.
Yeah, just
you
put
shouldn't
it straight in your game.
Yeah, you shouldn't be telling parents how to work these stuff. You shouldn't be having to tell
Yeah.
parents.
Also, that is like.
It's a cop out.
Yeah, it's a cop out.
It's a massive cop out.
It's not Sony or Microsoft's fault that you've got a really crappy gambling mechanic in your game.
Yeah.
Like
2K. Look, 2K. The last basketball, NBA 2K20. It has pachinko machines in them.
Yeah.
Literal pachinko machines. Literally a slot machine, a fucking roulette wheel, and a bloody pachinko machine. How the fuck did they not think that was gonna get some fucking fallback on?
Well, to be fair, that game was buggy as hell.
Yes, I know.
So, just like WWE. You know what? I'm generally surprised WWE doesn't have loot boxes in it.
2K17, the one I've got, the last one I got, that has it. Which annoys the hell out of me. The thing is, you can't buy the boxes, which is why they get away with it.
I'm pretty sure you can actually buy something from the store that lets you get everything anyway.
Yes, but no. The thing is with the loot box, they're tied to your career. So
right.
It's how you unlock moves and extra stuff, and it annoys.
Okay.
It's why I stopped, because it was just like, just give me the option to learn these moves, please. God damn it!
Okay.
I want my goddamn Canadian Destroyer.
A third point: make clear to users what percentage chance they have of obtaining the items they want before they purchase loot boxes. Now, that's actually a law in China.
Yes,
that you have to
in
do
China they have to show what the percentage chance of getting each item.
Yeah, and a lot of mobile games are doing that now.
Yeah,
so
because they want to get access to the Chinese market.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be too long before the console games.
The thing is, right? The thing is though, is that the way they get around that is they go, oh yeah, for like FIFA, EA have done this and announced like what's the chances of getting like on certain cards, like to get a Player of the Week card, they put it's less than 1%. How much less than 1%? Is it 0.1? Is it 0.01? Is it 0.001?
Very true.
How much? How much is less than 1%? Because less than 1% is 1 in every 100 you should get something. But less than 1%, it could be 1 in every 1,000, 1 in every 10,000, 1 in every 100,000. There is no limit. And it should be known. You give us the actual fucking percentage.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I mean. Because like on the for the mobiles, they do actually give you like a proper percentage.
Yeah, no, but
That's what I'm saying. Like,
They,
I
they,
won't be long.
if they put it in law, they
Oh,
have to
yeah.
be specific because
Yeah.
EA has already proven that they will literally skirt the very edge of the law to
Yeah.
do this.
And the last one is support parents by increasing their awareness of the risks of in-game spending, and that, like I said, that'll be with like the age rating and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
And actually, instead of having like, because hold on, I've got a game with loot boxes somewhere in it.
we do have Battlefront 2
Right,
that
yeah.
had loot boxes.
Does it have gambling? No, it does not. According to this.
No, Battlefield 5 doesn't have loot boxes in them.
No, it doesn't.
No, it
That's
doesn't
what
exactly.
Anyway.
Battlefront 2 does. No, it has microtrans. The symbol is it has microtransactions.
Yes, yes, it does.
That's what I'm saying. They will skirt the fucking edge of that. And I know I'm going on about EA a lot, but they are one
They're
of
the
the
prime ones.
They are one of the biggest awful blooming.
EA and Activision are the big ones
Yeah.
for loot boxes.
And when we say Activision, we could.
It's mainly
It's
Overwatch.
Activision Blizzard. No, what I'm saying is when we say Activision, we mean Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, it's
the company
Overwatch.
as a whole,
It's
because you
Overwatch.
can't separate the two anymore.
Aye.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, EA gets a lot of the shit, and it's deserved. But like the vast majority, like 2K does it, Bethesda, fucking.
Bethesda's just the weird thing for Bethesda is like, if I was in Bethesda's shoes, like, I would look at the games that we've got.
Elder Scrolls Blades.
No, hold on. I would look at the games that we got and be like, okay, so our games aren't doing great.
Mm-hmm.
No. I mean, we've got Skyrim
Yes.
that we're going to sell on the next gen consoles because we're Bethesda. And it's the
Well,
only
we're selling
game,
Skyrim on everything, including the toaster.
including the toaster and the fridge. It's going to be on everything, my friend.
Do you remember when people went nuts about like people could program Doom into like their fridge?
Ah, yes.
And people are like,
God.
"Oh my god, that's amazing!"
It is.
And now it's like, no, if they went, "Oh yeah, Skyrim's coming on this fridge freezer, the
would-
Hadashi Dodoto,"
You'd
or
just be
something
like,
like
no, fuck off.
They'd be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Bethesda."
Just go away. So yeah, but Bethesda, instead of going right, we want to put loot boxes in our game, and instead of thinking about it, and thinking of ways to actually do it and do it fairly, right? I know I just said fairly and
AAA gaming country.
yeah, but
AAA gaming company.
they just decided to just ham fist the loot boxes into their games.
Fallout 76.
Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls Blade. I said games like Blades.
Elder Scrolls
I'm
Blades.
sorry,
that is just
I have been working with one.
such an egregiously bad.
No. It is a true Elder Scrolls experience. Todd Howard said it himself.
Todd Howard is a lying asshole that I do not believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. If he lied anymore, I would rather believe a politician than Todd Howard now.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how bad that's how bad this situation is with Bethesda. That's how bad it is. That I look at Todd Howard and go, nah, you're just a liar. I don't believe anything you say. He could literally say there will be nothing wrong with the next Bethesda game, right? There will be no loot boxes. It will be a proper single player experience. There will be no, we've got a brand new game engine and etc. 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 Right? I would still turn around and go, nah, don't believe you.
When it comes to Bethesda, it's now got to the point where it's like, until I see it, I will not believe you. You could tell me,
And even then, when you say, "Oh yeah, there's no microtransactions, it's going to be cosmetic only," I'm not going to believe that even when it launches.
yeah.
I'm going to wait for about 3 years to see if throughout the entire life cycle of that game you keep to your word.
And speaking of Fallout 76, I found it for a $5, so you know what that means. We have to test it.
Is it worth a $5?
We have to test.
I
our
already
theory.
know the answer to this.
No, you do not. You do
I
not-
already
you-
know.
You do not know.
I
You
already
do
know
not
the answer. I do.
You do not know the answer.
already know the
Nobody
answer.
knows the answer.
I do.
Is the game worth £5? We don't know. We shall have it for science. It is for science.
For science, clearly.
Yeah.
Not for some. Not to put me through some friggin' annoying, terrible,
Nope. Not at all.
terrible experience.
No, because if I wanted to do that, I'd just make you play Dark Souls.
That's not that bad.
Dark Souls 1.
Again, that's not that
And its
bad.
clunkiness.
I know.
It's awful,
I know.
awful clunkiness.
I've played Dark Souls 1.
I hate that.
I was expecting you to force me to play another type of game, but I'm not going to mention it. So,
well, I was thinking I could just force you to play Sekiro.
No, that's no. That's not the type of game I was on about. But no, we're going to change.
I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean.
But yeah. So let's get back onto the point with the NHS because we've got side-skirted with Bethesda and their awfulness.
We are talking about loot boxes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we've got those. With a survey, apparently 86% of parents believe playing games aimed at people aged 18 or over would have no influence on their children. But 62% of those same people ended up trying to take games back from their kids after they noticed the problem.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a problem.
Right. There is a rating on the game for a reason, people.
Yeah.
It's like, look, and this is the thing. We grew up playing games that weren't our age. We played Tekken before we were the age. We were not 18 when we played Mortal Kombat 2.
No, we were not.
We've played games that are aimed at like higher age, but our parents, our parents are cool, and they let us and explain to us, like, made sure we understood that what was happening in the game couldn't actually, there was, it's not like you could do in real life and all that sort of stuff. And if we were having a problem with a game, they wouldn't let us play it.
Yeah. I think the other thing is, like, we grew up in that little I'm going to say bubble.
Yeah, the 90s.
We grew up in the bubble for video games, I think.
Oh, before it got massively mainstream.
Before it became this huge thing, and we grew up.
We grew up like
in its time.
End of the SNES.
Coming into the PlayStation.
We basically placed the PlayStation. Beginning of the PlayStation era was pretty much our main gaming.
Well, the PlayStation was our first console.
It was our first console. Yeah. Before that, we'd had the Amiga and the Acorn Electron. That was our experience with.
We stole our cousin's SNES.
He left it. He left it, and we just kept it because it was like it had Donkey Kong. It had Donkey Kong Country.
It had Donkey Kong Country.
Why were we not going to do that?
See, this is what I mean. Like, we grew up in a time when the big games that were coming out were Crash Bandicoot, Donkey Kong Country,
Spyro,
anything to do with Mario,
Spyro.
Those were the games that everybody was like, "Oh my god, look at that game!"
Yeah, I know, but also
nowadays it's
also the PlayStation did have some really, Metal. I wouldn't class Metal Gear as a kids-friendly game. Man.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say Metal Gear was. It was the big game. But you got to remember, we'd grown up a little bit before Metal Gear Solid came out.
I'm trying to think.
I think I was in high school. Tomb Raider, yeah, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was massive. But again, I don't think because of the age that we were, we didn't really. At least I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really pay attention to Tomb Raider because I was playing Crash Bandicoot. I was a kid. I was a little kid, and Crash Bandicoot was this bright, colourful, spinny guy.
Incredibly hard game
for my age that I couldn't.
Although still, Crash Bandicoot 2, the fact that you could. Some of the stuff you did when we were playing games was just ridiculous. But anyway.
And so, when you think about it, when we grew up,
we played Tekken.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is we didn't have all this. We didn't have loot boxes. We didn't have DLC. We didn't have all this extra stuff.
I know
that they've shoved in, because of that, I think we've got that advantage of looking at loot boxes and stuff like that, and being able to be like, nah, this is
bullshit.
This is crap. This,
yeah.
Whereas, because I look at MOBAs and mobile games, and a lot of them, and I'm just sort of just like, nah, you want my money, but you're not gonna
do anything.
Really give me anything for my money.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I love Overwatch, and I play Overwatch a lot, but I don't spend any money on the loot boxes because I've already given them. I bought the collector's edition when it came out, so I gave them £100. I've already given you £100. I'm not giving you another 60 for pictures.
Yeah, it's this whole thing of I think
that's what the problem is. I think now is for people who have grown up in the PS3 era, PS3, Xbox 360 era, where the DLC started to come in and all the extra stuff.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it is the whole thing of like, this isn't. It's not as bad as the game as the mobile market, and it's like, no, that's not a really good. That's not something you should really be proud of.
But that's again, it's not as bad as the mobile market. That's not really an argument.
No, and that's what I'm saying. It's not really. It's like that's not really you should be saying. But yeah, I think I've said it before. The gaming industry has this ridiculous notion that money is an infinite resource.
Yeah.
That there's going to be never-ending growth, never-ending profits, never-ending, and it's like we don't have to do anything. We just have to put these bullshit mechanics in, and it's like no. The problem. It's like they're all trying to get onto this live service bandwagon. That was probably kickstarted by I don't know. Would MMOs? I mean, MMOs would be classed as a live service.
I think MMOs is probably what led to game live services, but I don't think MMOs kicked it off. I think the big one would be Destiny.
Yes,
Destiny would have been the thing that like really hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
But the thing with live services is, as Destiny proved, you have to keep on top of it because if you do not, your player base just dwindles. No one spends any money.
Anthem has proven that.
Anthem has proven that. Apparently, by the way, Anthem's getting like a 2.0. So it's getting like a relaunch or something.
Yeah, it needed one.
The problem with Anthem is I think the damage has already been done.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone really cares.
I mean, yeah, Destiny 2 launched with very little...
Well, Destiny. Both Destiny and Destiny 2 launched pretty much in the same state.
Yeah, with very little content after you get through the story. But Bungie have kind of... they've worked at it and they've been able to rectify a lot of the problems. It's not perfect, Destiny 2. It's not.
It's to be fair, it's gotten a lot better since they left Activision.
Now,
whether that is because they've left Activision, they've gotten better, or it's because I know some people left Bungie after, and that they got some people in to like take over. So maybe that's the reason why. Yeah, Destiny's gotten a lot better. But, Destiny's generally quite fun. I mean, I will be honest, Season of the Dawn, the new season for it, it's...
Meh.
It's a thing. It's a thing. It feels like that. Like they did the last update for it. So Shadowkeep came out, and they had the season of the with the Vex incursion thing, and all
which
that
was
sort of
really
stuff,
fun to play.
Which was really fun, and I feel like they had that, and they've got something else, but they've got nothing to go in the middle, and so they've just done this.
Yeah,
that's what this feels like. But hey, that doesn't matter. Anyway, we've gone off topic again, as we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be tangents.
There's always tangents.
But yeah, it's another voice that is mounting on for government regulation.
I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And like I say, this is an easy PR thing as well for the government. It's like, who the fuck's going to vote against this with all these reports coming out? Parents having their bank accounts wiped out by the kids because their kids have bought 1,000 FIFA Ultimate Team packs to try and get Lionel Messi, and then they didn't get Lionel Messi.
So they bought another 1,000.
Yeah, they just kept buying it and buying it and buying it, and eventually they couldn't buy any more because the parents had run out of money. It's that sort of thing. It just means that as soon as this regulation, as soon as this comes as a white paper or a green paper comes into the parliament, there's going to be no debate. Well, there will be, because there'll be one or two assholes that'll be like, "Oh well, no, it's all right, it's perfectly fine as it is." Cheers for the $1,000, Bobby.
Cheers for the £100 there.
By the way,
I would say £1,000, but our politicians are stupid.
Cheers for the £1,000, Andrew. When's EA's next release? There will be a few arseholes that will try and stop it, because there always is. Politics is full of them. But yeah, it's an easy PR win. It literally is. It's an easy PR win. It's like, look at us, we're protecting the children.
Yeah. That's God.
So yeah, it's coming. It's just a matter of when, and the sooner. To be perfectly honest, like I said, the sooner this happens, the better, because then the likes of EA will have to look at their other mechanics, like that for example for FIFA, Madden. Then they'll have to look at their career modes and go, well, we have to give them a reason to actually buy the game now, because we can't sell them $20 billion worth of fake digital cards that will last only 1 year. At least Hearthstone. Oh, you have an advert going. Hold on.
Oh.
Mute. I can't talk over this all the time.
There you go. Swam.
Do you not have volume control on that?
I thought I had my volume off.
Yeah, well. Anyway. Yeah, in one sense, I do hope this comes into effect. I hope this comes into law, because the gaming industry has proven they're not going to do anything.
Yeah,
they've proven they've had years to try and like come away from this, and they don't. They just keep going back to more bullshitty stuff. They double down, and in the likes of fucking 2K, literally blatantly open up and go, yeah, this is gambling, guys. What are you gonna do about it? It's like just go on, poke the bear with a hot stick. Go ahead.
You've got to give
the balls.
2K.
The balls of 2K to put that advert out for NBA 2K20 was just so like. I mean,
not even that. The Grand Theft Auto, it's a casino.
We're putting a casino in. The thing is, right. The thing is, casinos in games are not necessarily a bad thing. The problem is when you can use your own money to get the things that you buy in the casinos, i.e. the chips or the points, to then gamble. That's when the problem is. It's like, Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest always has
a gambling.
A casino of some sort in it. But the thing is with that, 1, 9 times out of 10, they're skill-based games.
Yes.
And 2,
you can only use the coin that
you can't actually spend your own money on it. It's always like in-game currency that, by the time that you start doing these casino things to get the special rare item, you can easily go to like the high-level areas and get a ton of money and come back and get what you need.
Yeah.
It's like the gold, like the gold source and the casinos in Dragon Quest and all that sort of stuff. In those games, there's no way.
Actually, in most RPGs.
That's
how it's done.
In most RPGs, I can't say all because we've not played and seen all RPGs, but in most RPGs, when there's a like a casino or that sort of type of area, there's no real money going into it. Real life money. It's just the currency that you've won by fighting and grinding in the game.
So true.
But yeah, it's
yeah, 2K the most blatant. Like, and I don't know why. Like, because their games suck. Lately, their games have sucked
really badly. Makes me worried about their BioShock. When they said, "Oh, we're going to make a third BioShock game."
I mean, fourth.
Or fourth one, yeah.
Yeah, but like, that's all anybody's heard about it.
I know you say fourth, but I look at BioShock Infinite and go, I mean, I know it's in the same universe, but this... and I know there's a lot of similarities, so it is an actual BioShock game, but I can't put that with Rapture.
Yeah, I know.
It's like the setting is so well done and brilliant, but it's like, I just see them as two separate games.
Yeah.
Identities. Not a bad thing. But anyway, yeah.
But yeah, about the BioShock, all we've ever heard of that is, we're making a new one. But nothing else.
Yeah.
No concept art, no info, absolutely jack all on Bioshock. So anyway, enough of the loot boxes. The loot boxes chronicle. Final Fantasy VII remake has been delayed by more than a month. But it's like a month and a week or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
April 10th.
April
10th, I want to say.
April 10th.
Yeah,
is when it comes.
it gives
out.
me an extra month to save up for it.
Right. I'll be honest. This came as a bit of a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it's been in development for so long.
I think it's because of that. I think they don't want to have the same
Means,
problem.
it also means like I've got 1 month left, 1 month less for when the next gen consoles get launched. Because it's like, okay, I mean, I want to get to the end of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, like this game isn't coming out on the next gen.
I'm going to be very sad if it does.
It will do.
I'll be very sad.
Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out on the next gen.
Here's the thing. Remember the problems you had with Dragon Age Inquisition trying to get your saves files?
Oh my god, that was so
from console
annoying.
to console. I just I don't want to go through that. I don't want to even go through anything remarkably similar to that.
Well, I think this is what I'm assuming they would do, just because it's common sense. With you being able to upload, if you've got the PlayStation Plus, you can upload to the cloud. I don't see why you couldn't just download that save.
I wouldn't mind if like Square had like just a cloud saver, cloud server solely dedicated to Final Fantasy VII remakes for saves, so that you could basically have Final Fantasy VII Part 1 on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox. Is it being released on Xbox? I think it is.
No.
Is it not?
No. It is only...
PC?
Yeah, it's coming out on PC, but it's coming out on the PlayStation 4 first.
Right. So, yeah, basically on the PlayStation 4, and then if the next ones come out on PlayStation 5, you get the PlayStation 5 and be able to just go, hey, this is you have a save file. Do you want it? Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That would be good. That would be good. Whether or not that's the actual that is like the ideal scenario, that probably will never happen.
No, it probably won't.
But I mean, delaying a game so that it has an extra bit of polish, so that there isn't as many like bugs or graphical errors or sort of stuff like that, it's always a good thing.
Apparently, what the rumours are is it's because the demo is supposed to be coming out in March as well, so they want
they want to give people time to go through the demo.
Yeah,
the demo's just the bombing run.
It's the bombing run and the bit after, apparently.
Oh, the train.
No, because remember, it looks like we've got extra scenes with the...
Oh yeah, when you bump into Aerith.
Yeah, before you bump into Aerith with the bike with Jesse on your back and the...
Oh,
that looks like it's all after the first bombing run.
Well, no, right. The thing is, always like the first bombing run happens, then they split up to meet up on the train later.
Yeah.
Right.
But you got to remember that adding things in.
Yes, I know. I suppose they could add something in there, but I don't think I would put any of the new stuff in the demo. I would leave that as a revealed when the game launches.
With this being in the trailer, though, I don't think I'd mind too much.
Yes, I know, but the thing is, I was like, but then again, it's like the whole thing of it keeps people guessing of where this is going to fit in.
I suppose.
So I would rather have that. But if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I personally think I'm probably not going to play the demo.
I'm not playing the demo.
Like I've said before in other videos, the questions I have will not be answered by this game.
Yes.
Part 1 will not answer the questions I have. It's like, when is Earth going to show up now? Because you get him
after Midgar.
After Genova. You fight Genova on the ship.
Yeah, that's when you get him.
And
because Cho'Gammog is the first summon you get.
Yeah, Cho'Gammog.
You get him. You get Cho'Gammog after Midgar. So yeah.
But yeah, it's just like there's a lot of things. There's a lot of questions if I can see how that Aerith works. There's a lot of the summons I can see how Remora. I'm wondering how the frig he's going to work, because he basically just appears on high and smites people with thunder.
He could appear on a giant
just
rock
constantly
and just fire lightning down. You can just
I will be Zeus.
Yeah, You can just
I
do
will be
that.
Zeus and smite thy from afar. But yeah, there are certain summons that I'm like, how the fuck is this going to work? Alexander.
Yeah, I don't know how Alexander's
Knights of
gonna
the
work.
Round. How is that going to work? Because this is the thing. I want Knights of the Round in. You have to give me Knights of the Round.
I think we're
Knights of
gonna
the
get,
Round.
we're gonna get two types of summons.
Yeah, I was about to
reckon
say.
we're gonna get one that's like Irift and Shiva, and that way they fight alongside you. And then I think we're gonna get like the big ones. So if they do have like
Bahamut Zero.
Bahamut Zero,
Bahamut
Knights
Nero.
of the Nero.
Is it
Knights
Zero's,
of the
Zero's
Round.
Mr. I'm too big for the planet, so I'm just going to
Yeah.
nuke you from orbit.
Alexander, and a couple of other ones. I reckon, but possibly even Leviathan. Leviathan might be they're all going to be like one giant big hit. And I think the only one that's going to be maybe a mix between the two is going to be Odin. So you can summon him, and he will fight alongside you.
Or
if you're just up against like a load of peons,
Yeah, he'll
just
appear
appear
on
and
his,
kill everything in one
yeah, he'll
slash.
appear on his Stipnir, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and he'll just slice everyone in half.
Yeah, as he does,
As
as
he does.
Odin does.
Because Odin is amazing.
Because Odin is a badass.
Yes, he is.
I
I mean,
kinda
there's got to be
want-
new ones as well, because already
gonna-
right. There's Cactor. As
Yeah,
a summon.
he's a DLC summon.
He's a DLC.
pre-order.
Yeah, he's a pre-order
As well
DLC.
as
So
Chocobo.
Chocobo Chick
Yeah.
is another one, and I'm like, how the fuck
I
is
think
that gonna
Chocobo
work?
Chick is going to be the same one that's in Final Fantasy VIII. If you use a Gashen Green, you summon a... during a battle, you summoned a Chocobo in
And it
to
did an
fight,
attack, yeah.
and it did an attack for you. I think that's how it's going to be.
Yeah, possibly.
But yeah, I don't know how. I don't know how. But yeah, I think the massive ones they're going to be like one hits.
And
Because that's
as
the
long-
only way I can see them working.
I do want Chocobo Mog to have, like, every now and then Fat Chocobo show up, and it'd be just a one-shot thing where Fat Chocobo just
Falls
falls
from the sky
and squashes everything. That's all I want. That's what I want. I want my Fat Chocobo. I want that fluffy big
I
big
want the
baby.
fluffy boy.
I want that big fluffy boy. That's another thing I'm really looking at. Have we seen a picture of a Chocobo in this game yet?
No,
I'm looking
I
forward to
don't
that.
think so. I know. I'm looking forward to.
I'm
I love
looking-
Chocobos.
The Chocobos are amazing. The Chocobos in Final Fantasy 15 are beautiful to look at. They are gorgeous they are gorgeous things that deserve all the love and attention in the world.
Yes. I like the Chocobos in Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, 14's not quite good. I mean,
I like the
15,
fact that you
15
can
they
grow
go.
your own Chocobo.
Yes.
You can just like give it berries to change its color, and
Yeah.
like then give it armor, and the fact that you can just personalize your own Chocobo is just fantastic.
So,
It's not the only game that's been delayed by
No!
Square Enix.
I mean, thankfully this one's been delayed as well.
Marvel Avengers
Oh,
has
no, not that
also
one.
been delayed.
Yeah, it's still been delayed till.
It's been pushed back to September, so it's going to be coming out roughly around about the same time as Cyberpunk's in 2077.
Yeah, because Cyberpunk's been delayed 6 months though, hasn't it? And it was supposed to be April, so it's now October. Yeah, so a month before Cyberpunk. So, like,
Yeah.
everyone's gearing up for Cyberpunk.
Well, here's the thing: Avengers, I think, was supposed to come out the end of.
I think that was
August?
the end of.
I think it was supposed to come out around about the end of August, and now so it's been pushed back a month. So it's probably going to be coming out
End of September.
September. So roughly, if you get Avengers and you're going to get Cyberpunk, you've got 2 weeks, roughly.
Probably 2 weeks to get through Avengers.
Hopefully, you've got friends.
Hopefully.
Which apparently you're going to need friends to play this game because apparently,
It's what they want. Yeah, they want it.
Of the people that have played the demo that was at E3,
Yeah.
apparently on your own it's probably going to be very boring.
Yeah.
But with friends, it's
See,
great.
that's always a flaw of a game.
That's always a
game,
flaw.
If a game is better with friends than on your own, then there's a problem with the game.
But I will admit, Borderlands is a game that I love to play. I love playing on my own, but I love playing it with friends.
But you like playing it on your own. The gunplay is not terrible in Borderlands.
So with Destiny, actually, I like playing Destiny on my own.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, Marvel Avengers has been pushed back. I kind of understand why, because even with the look at the demo and the early shows of what people have done, I think some people have uploaded videos of the demo from E3 that they got to play, and I mean it looks all right, but it doesn't look fantastic for the whole big spiel that they're
there's
doing with
not been a lot of like Detail.
So if they're adding things in or making it look nicer, because it didn't look very great.
Yeah, it's
So yeah, if they're pushing it back for that, understandable. Okay, right. So that's Final Fantasy VII been pushed back. On to the big one. Cyberpunk 2077.
I mean, it's a good thing Cyberpunk 2077 got pushed back because it was literally releasing a week after Final Fantasy
This game is going to kill my PlayStation.
It is. It is. Do you know what? The thing is, right? It's going to be between this and Ghost in Tsushima that's going to be known as the greatest, the best, like, last game of this generation, sort of thing. Because you've got Ghost of Tsushima, which looks so amazing.
It looks phenomenal. I don't understand how the PS4 is going to play it. I think it's the last PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
To come out.
And then you've got that right coming out before the end of the year, right? And now Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be released
September 17th.
September 17th now. So well, it's not 6 months; it's 5 months, but still. So it's like, I mean, I still don't understand. It's on the almost on the same level as the Switch playing The Witcher 3. What magic? What black magic is going on here?
Yes. Like, I mean, I look at that game now and I'm like, it's gonna kill my PlayStation. So what more are you gonna do? Like, what more are you gonna do? I can't wait for the soundtrack. I can't.
Honestly, soundtrack.
Honestly. It's going to be that.
I'm
going to buy that. I'm going to buy that.
I hope to God there is some like 2077 metal something.
Because I think there is. I think they have got a couple of metal bands in there.
I know. It'd be cool if they had stuff like Sabaton though, but I don't think so.
It by the sounds of things, it is very
techno-y.
It's very techno-y, but it's like I think a lot of the music is. It's a cyberpunk version of
like
that style.
Of genres.
So it's bands that do like a cyberpunky style of like metal or rap or
dance, pop,
and
R&B and all that sort of stuff.
So
I mean I do like my rock and heavy metal and all that sort of stuff, but you know, some of the stuff I've heard isn't that, and it is really, I do enjoy good music and all. If it's a good song, I don't care what. If I like it, I don't care really what the genre it's in.
Yeah.
I just, tend to lean more towards certain things. But yeah, the soundtrack looks like it's going to be amazing. From what I've heard, the stuff I've heard sounds really good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's definitely going to be one of those games where you could be mid-mission and go, oh, wait, hold on. This is my cruising music.
This is, yeah, like...
It's like, we can take another 10 minutes to get to...
Like how? I just don't know. Like, what more are you going to add?
It's going to have multiplayer. It's like, who's going to be playing the multiplayer?
It's going to have multiplayer?
Yeah, apparently so.
Really?
Yeah, that's where the magic microtransactions are going to be. It's got multiplayer. How?
I am not going to be playing the multiplayer.
Who is going to be playing the multiplayer?
I'm not going to have time to play multiplayer in that game.
Who's going to have time? I mean, unless they link it in some way to the single player, it's like a game within a game sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, so like you go to an arcade or something and then you log in.
Yeah, you jack into like the arcade machine and then you're in the multiplayer.
That's actually a pretty good idea. Do like a whole Yakuza thing.
Yeah.
Game
within a game. I mean, it's a bit late for CD Projekt Red to put it in if they haven't already. But there you go, CD Projekt Red.
Hey, if you nick our idea, I mean, it's not our idea. It's our idea. I want a special thanks at the end of the credits.
So good. It looks so good.
It looks so good. Now, onto the probably the bad part of this is they have come out and said
there will be crunch.
There will be crunch to get things done. And
then
if that's the case, I don't really mind if they came out and said it's not going to be done until like December.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind when a game comes out, like especially a game that looks like Cyberpunk.
I like other people have said. Right? And this needs to be a cultural shift in the industry and in the whole like gaming sector. Crunch is a failure. If you've had to crunch your staff to get something done, that is a failure on management of management. It is a failure of being able to plan and organise and get the right amount of staff and people doing the right stuff at the right times to get the thing done in time. I should know. And I've not worked in the game industry, but my job, there was a time where I ended up working over 70 hours. Almost, yeah, 70, about 70-ish hours in a week. And I was fucking wrecked at the end of that period.
Yeah.
And I vowed, never again. I'm not doing that again.
I think the closest I've ever come to doing that is working the night shift, then going straight into like a morning shift, and then going straight into a day shift. You are just absolutely completely wrecked at the end of it. Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying. Like, if that, with them coming out and saying that, like, if you need to delay it, so you're not forcing your staff.
Yeah.
Then delay it. Like, no one's going to come out and be like...
Oh, no, there's people... I mean, it's the internet and Twitter, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
People have already come... I've waited all long enough for this. Fuck off. You go back underneath your
The general populace will be like, look, yeah, we get it.
Yeah, with like, the reveals of, like, what happened with BioWare and a bunch of other studios regarding crunch and the just the fact that it got so bad that people literally were like in BioWare, people were being classed as like, was it fatigue casualties or something like that, or crunch casualties? You know, when you actually have a term, for what's happening, that's a bad thing.
Yeah, they were apparently their stress levels were the same level as military combatants who had actively been
in actual combat.
Yeah, that's like
that's
what
their
their
stress.
Which if that's
that is some messed up shit.
Yeah, that's bad. That is really bad.
Really messed up shit.
That's your jumper, by the way. I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
It's not mine. Anyway, just a slight tangent. Yeah, like if you come out and say, look, we're do a Nintendo. Just do a Nintendo. Like, Nintendo proved that if you come out and say, look, we're delaying the game because of this, this, and this, the fan base usually will go, okay.
Yeah. It's like Final Fantasy 15 got delayed multiple times, right? Well, they got delayed multiple times, right?
Yeah.
And people kicked off about it. Oh, it's been delayed again. I wasn't. I was like, no, get the game ready.
I was playing Final Fantasy 14 at this point, so I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah, it was like, you know, make sure the game's ready. Make sure it's, there's nothing breaking. And I mean, it only really got one actual official delay because all the other delays were like there weren't official release dates. There was just like people thinking, oh, it'll be out here. Oh no, it's not going to be out here. Oh no, it's not. And then Square Enix came out. Oh, this is the date. And then a few months later went, actually, no, we're putting it back a little bit.
I think Kingdom Hearts 3 was another one by Square Enix.
Yeah.
That got delayed a couple of times. I know that much. But again, that's another game that like they only went, oh, it's coming out spring. They never gave an actual day.
But I think if you have to work like 10, 20 hours more than what you usually work in a week for crunch, it shouldn't happen.
No.
It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen and shouldn't have to happen. And it's gonna nowadays, I think, it should taint. Like, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be an amazing game. But there's going to be a part of me going, yeah, but how many people had to, like, work themselves till they were friggin' sick to get this game out? And it's gonna like spoil the experience to an extent for me. And
I think for me, I don't think it's going to spoil it, but it's always going to be there.
Yeah, it's just in the back of your mind, somebody worked 60 hours in a week for this. Somebody worked 70 hours. Somebody worked 100 hours.
I will admit, like, when I find out if there's a game that I really enjoy, when I find out that there has been crunch on it, I appreciate the game. I find that I appreciate the game more because someone's done that.
Yeah.
To get the game out. But mainly because, like, they shouldn't have to.
Yeah, but I'm like...
I'm not saying, like, I appreciate it, so they should keep doing it.
Yeah,
What
it's
I'm
one of
saying
those
is
like
because they did.
I don't
did
want to
this.
like go at the person that worked that 70 hours
Yeah.
because they did that and they put all their time and effort in and probably did work themselves into a very stressful and probably made themselves ill doing it. And it's not that, like I say, it's not the criticism. I'm never going to aim at the actual developers. It's management. The management need to literally go, if we have to crunch at any point for this game, we've fucked up.
Yes.
And not just like, oh, well, it's a thing of the business. No, it should not be.
Yeah.
Should not be like that. That's that's totalitarian dystopia crap. Which, considering the theme of Cyberpunk 2077,
Yeah.
they should know this.
Well, I mean, it could be worse. It could be BioWare and just expect BioWare magic.
No, but yeah, expect
BioWare magic.
Magic.
You mean crunch?
Awful
crunch.
I think they need. If it takes longer for a game to be done, fine. But
I'm okay with it.
their staff should be able to go home and have spent time with their wives and kids and loved ones, and
Or just do what they want to do.
do something away from making the game.
Yeah. Away from work.
Yeah,
Just
something away
work.
from work, so that and this is I think this is, it's been proven time and time again. It's like once you get past a certain amount of hours working, it actually is a detriment
Yeah.
to productivity the more hours they work, because they burn out. They just stop working as much and as productivity and as good as they were when they were just doing like 30 hours a week. It's been proven over and over again, and yet these companies still, because some of them like EA and Activision just look at their staff, and I'm pretty sure the board members just look at their staff as, yeah, this is employee number 744.
Aye, they're just a number.
Yeah, that's just a number.
It's like, I doubt the
Bobby
developers...
Kotick does not give a shit about his staff. I can
Probably
100% guarantee you that. He cares not a fucking jot.
Probably not. Well, I mean, he is literally the devil, apparently.
Yes.
He doesn't like him.
Apparently. According to people that put pictures on the internet.
Yeah, they keep giving him horns.
I know. And apparently he doesn't like that.
Bless him.
Oh well.
Bless his
Didn't.
cotton socks.
He can go and cry in his bed full of cash.
So yeah. So for all the goods that's coming with Cyberpunk, unfortunately there is a little bit.
Yeah, it's. I'm not angry per se. I'm just disappointed. Which should be worse. It's like you shouldn't be disappointed. You should be
I'm a little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I'm more disappointed.
Part of
than
me is
angry.
like, I'm more disappointed because part of me is like, you should know better.
Especially after the shit you got with Witcher 3.
Yeah, you should know. You did this with Witcher 3, and yeah, Witcher 3 is a fantastic game, and I love the Witcher 3. But like, you already did this with that game. You got a lot of slack for it. To be fair, if you had just maybe not done crunch and
Yeah.
because that's the thing, like the slack that they, especially for The Witcher, the slack that they got for it, like, wasn't worth you crunching over. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, the game's good enough. You there's no need for you to.
It's a bit like I think there just needs to be a cultural shift, and if it takes, and this is going to be a really bad word in the gaming industry, but fuck it, I'm going to say it. If it takes unionizing, if it takes mobilizing unions in the gaming industry, so be it. Because just like I said with the AAA gaming industry, does not give a shit. They will literally exploit, discard, use up, and dispose of anything and everything they can, and that includes stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which is a shame.
if it takes unionization for workers to get better treatment, fine. I don't. If it means a game costs more money, fine. I want those people that made that game to actually be able to go to bed and go to sleep.
Yeah.
And go home, hug their kids, and not like go there as a friggin' zombie. So yeah, it's
That's
disappointing.
our view.
Yes.
That's our view on the whole crunch thing.
It shouldn't happen.
On this, it shouldn't happen. It's also our view that
And it's
if
nothing,
the game takes longer,
it shouldn't
so what?
happen. It shouldn't be something they are proud of, and it shouldn't be something that they just go, it happens.
It's just a thing.
It's just the. It's just
Shouldn't
the.
be a
It's just.
thing.
It's just the environment at the moment in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Fuck off. That's a bloody excuse that you're hiding
How
behind.
long have we been?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No,
Let's.
I need to know because
I don't know.
I've only got so much footage.
Oh, just see what. Look, if we run over, just copy and put it in starting.
Just start again. Yeah, I'll do that.
Or find some other footage that'll work.
So there's not much left. That's why there's not much left to talk about. Mainly, because that's why I was asking how long we've been going. But that doesn't matter. The other thing, Dying Light 2 apparently has also been delayed, but this is only a little one. Dying Light 2 didn't have an actual release date.
Yeah,
it just
had a
said
quarter.
spring.
Yeah, it had a
It
quarter.
said spring. And
It'll be released
I'm
from
talking about this because I love Dying Light.
Yeah.
I love the first one.
Oh, drop kicking zombies off flipping rooftops was amazing.
I played that game to death. It's also one of the very few games that has been out for quite a long time and yet is still getting like support from the developers.
Yeah, they keep adding to
constantly adding things to that game. New events, new things to do. They're constantly adding. Which for how old the game is,
I wonder if they've got like a small team just working on
Probably.
like the updates, and it's basically like, okay, they have like plans like, because obviously Dying Light 2 is going to use like similar mechanics in that as Dying Light, so I think, and I don't know if they're doing this, but if it is, it's a brilliant idea. It's basically like, look, we have this idea for Dying Light 2, let's put it into Dying Light and see if it works, and if it does work, we can like. And then, if it works in Dying Light, we can then see if it works in Dying Light in like our test builds of Dying Light 2. So it's like the initial test is like, will it work in Dying Light 1? If it works in Dying Light 1, let's see if we can put it in Dying Light 2. And I don't know if that's the actual case. It'd be a smart thing to do, because you literally have a game up and running with people playing it that you could get real-time feedback from.
Yes.
So I don't see why you wouldn't do that, unless the architecture for Dying Light 2 is completely different, which could be the case. But yeah, it's not a big like shot. I mean, yeah, it didn't have
It's not a big one.
Yeah, it's not a big one. It didn't have a like solid like this is when it's being released.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, we think it's coming out in this quarter. Oh, actually, no, it's going to come out in this.
I just thought I'd add that just because we're talking about delays. This is a new one.
And you are looking really.
And I'm really looking forward to it. The fact that it's got decision making now.
Yeah, your actions actually have like massive. Well, have actual consequences.
It might have massive consequences because the one they showed you when they revealed it.
Oh, the water
was like the water,
which is huge.
which is that's
Which,
like
if you think
that's
about
a
it, like
big dilemma.
like
sort of one.
it's like, who do you give control of the water to the city to?
Yeah,
Because that means like that's like one of the vital things to give
exactly
control over to.
And I like the look of that. Like I really do. I do. And apparently the map's going to be bigger, which is always nice, especially if you can with the parkour in there you could do in that game. Was
Oh yeah,
really
it looks
fun.
like also it'll be like you love like the old Assassin's Creeds for the ability to like run from like from
Assassin's Creed 2.
Going
From
to
one side of the city
to the other without touching the ground.
Just on the rooftop, without touching the ground, like swinging from the poles and all that sort of stuff. I love that sort of stuff. I love doing that, and the fact that I could do that in Dying Light.
To an extent.
To an extent, because there were some areas.
There was some areas that were pretty
That
much.
was the same with Assassin's Creed. It wasn't until I want to say 3. 3 was the first one that just like. I mean, you had the forest for Assassin's Creed 3, but other than that.
Yeah,
The forest was
Yeah, the
boring.
setting-
You literally had no reason to go into the forest. Like all the story stuff, you didn't go into the forest for.
Anyway, yeah. So there's that. It'll be interesting.
I'm liking
looking forward to it. Again, if a delay means it's going to add polish, I'm just worried, especially with like Cyberpunk being delayed for so long. It's like, are you going to have day one DLC? Are you now Are you now gonna have day one DLC? Probably. I mean, granted, if it's multiplayer, then I won't touch it from a mile away. But still, the same with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I can guarantee you the pre-order stuff will be available to buy at some point.
Oh yeah, well, because all games do that.
So it's like, okay, got my eye on you. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, at least the saving grace is I'm actually going to have time to play Final Fantasy VII Remake before Cyberpunk 2077 comes out and ruins everyone's lives.
Ruins my life. Ruins me. But it'll be good. It'll be a lot of fun. But I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else. The big one, obviously, being the loot boxes.
Yeah.
It generally looks like it's going the way of it's going to start getting regulated.
Yeah. It's just a matter of is there an MP brave enough to put it into put a motion in? Soon as that happens,
I hate to say this, but I do believe Boris would probably do it. It does seem like something Boris would do.
It's a simple PR win. Of course he would.
That's what I'm saying.
Of course he would.
It seems like Boris would do it.
It's a simple PR win. He will do it. If he has to, he will do it. I'm pretty sure he's probably hoping so that he doesn't have awkward conversations with conservative investors. That someone else puts it forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the big news is that the NHS, like I say, just the amount of people like adding their voice to this argument of like, no, this needs to be regulated. This needs to be stamped out.
The more people coming out and saying, yeah, we need to keep an eye on the loot boxes, keep an eye on the gambling and all that, the better. The better it will be, because, like I said, the more the public get behind, the less likely it is for any government to go along and say, nah.
Or just sit there and twiddle their thumbs.
Yeah.
Because they've... And the AAA gaming industry, they've only got themselves to blame. They put this out there. They started this. They exploited it and pushed it too far. And then when people started pushing back, they literally turned around and went, well, it's not against the law.
It's not against the law.
It's not against the law. They deserve it. They deserve it. If this literally blows EA to smithereens, they deserve it.
I think EA deserve what's coming to them just for going up against Belgium.
Oh yeah,
what they did when Belgium were like, yeah, this is gambling. This is gambling for them to take Belgium.
Yeah, and literally to say, we'll see. Well, you'll have to take us to court, and the Belgian prosecutor went, fine.
Okay then. Like, I want to know whose decision that was, because like somebody in that room must have gone, maybe this is a bad idea.
You'd think.
Maybe. I think that's the problem with like Activision. There's nobody in that room that stands up
Activision and EA, yeah, but
should we think about this?
The thing is like EA's actions, especially when Belgium came out and went, no, this is gambling.
Yeah.
And EA went, no, we don't believe so. So if you really think about it, you'll have to take us to court. And then Belgium went, yeah, fine, we'll take you to court. And then EA's surprise was like, wait, you're taking us to a Belgian court?
Yes.
It was almost like that. It was like, wait, I mean, how on earth did you think they were going to win that? The court was going to be in Belgium. It's a Belgian law, and it was the Belgian prosecutor. It's like, I mean, I can count pretty easily. Like, yeah, they were never going to win.
No,
there was no argument in the world that they were going to win. I mean, the friggin' excuse that they came up in front of the friggin' Lotteries Commission. Was it the Lotteries Commission? The surprise mechanics. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like this beard. This isn't a beard on my face, it's surprise hair.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Clearly.
Yes. Surprise mechanics. To be fair, they've given us some of the best things to just meme over.
That whole thing, like there was a guy from Epic as well.
I know.
So how much does your players spend on average?
We don't know.
We don't know that.
That's a
Bull-
lie. I love the fact that
shit.
the guy just went, well, that's clearly a lie, because we've spoken to other people before you, and they all know.
We've spoken to other people in your business, and they said, yeah, well, this is how...
We keep track. Keep track. So we know you're lying, that you don't know. To be fair, he seemed like they just grabbed somebody off the streets and was like, do you want 20 quid? If you go in here and answer a few questions, it's 20 quid.
But no, like, going back to my whole point of the way EA have been acting over this, right? It does smell like if this goes through and they are banned from using the loot boxes in multiple countries, and a lot of countries, like the UK, like the United States, they could be in real trouble.
Yeah.
Potentially. It's just the way they're acting is like they are holding on to this loot box mechanic, this microtransaction money they're getting from this loot box bullshit. And I think they're worried that they can't afford to lose it.
I think EA can't afford to lose it.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not making any games.
It's like Activision when it came out went, okay, fine, we won't sell your loot boxes in that country.
Yeah.
And we won't do this, and we won't do that. It's okay, it's fine.
The thing with Activision Activision's alright, because Activision's got Call of Duty.
Yeah, they didn't need...
They don't need loot boxes.
They didn't need that money, right? But EA, because their negotiations are so shit, that they paid FIFA a ridiculous amount of money for the license they have.
Yeah.
A ridiculous amount of money. They need all this money. I'm wondering if that they know they're in serious trouble. And if there's any one AAA game company that goes the way of the dodo, if it is EA, I will not shed a tear. Maybe for the staff, for the game developers and that, because none of this was their fault. But for the board members, the shareholders, honestly, every single shareholder who has shares in EA, I hope to God those shares burn in a ditch and are worthless.
It'd be funny.
I would laugh at each and every one of these.
It would be funny.
Because you are literally a parasite.
My problem is EA... I mean, the thing for EA now is, like, it generally looks like the only way they're going to start making money now is doing single-player games. Because the only game that's sold well...
The only game that has
this
massive...
year?
Yeah, the only game that's come out that hasn't had a massive backlash is Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
And it is not a perfect game. I've come across a few things I'm like...
I think everybody said that, but everybody's basically got a lot more good than bad.
Yeah, it's... I mean, yeah, there's been a couple of, like, graphical errors I've seen on my playthrough so far, and there's a couple of things that have happened, like, ooh, that's not supposed to happen. But, I mean, I'm terrible at the game as well, so, you know,
as long as the bugs aren't game breaking, you're good to go.
They're not game breaking.
But anyway, I'm gonna end it there.
Yeah.
I feel like we should end it there. There's our view on loot boxes. They are bad. There you go.
Loot boxes are terrible, terrible things. They started out as a great idea and got, as usual, the AAA game industry got abused and abused and abused to the point where they are literally poisonous to a game.
So yeah, that's our views on. I would say not the big news of the week, but the news that I care about.
Yeah,
that's what we talk about on here. We talk about the news that we care about, not what whatever's on the websites. Yeah.
Just something we find interesting.
Yeah, just the stuff that we.
Well, mainly you.
Well, this is my channel.
Exactly.
So anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit longer, this one.
Yeah,
we did go off on it, and to be fair, loot boxes
is a big issue.
The loot boxes
and crunch are big issues in the game industry and need to be discussed. And you can't just say, "Oh, loot boxes are bad." I mean, you can, but it's not a very good discussion.
Yeah. Plus, it's always good to have to hear somebody's view. So yeah. Anyway, a long one again, like I said. But I do, if you've got to the end of this video, I do hope you've enjoyed it. And we'll see you in the next videos, which again will probably be Death Stranding.
Probably.
And I'll probably forget to pick up an order.
Yes.
Again.
Most likely.
God damn it. Bye now.
Doodles, everyone.